Hello, it's
Hello.
our hangout movie class, and it was postponed like 5 times or 6 times. So we're starting a totally new season. It's season 3 of our classes, and we're going to have it on weekly basis. We're going to ramp up our English to almost native level. So please join.
Wow.
And today we will discuss the sci-fi movie Green Lantern.
Okay.
Okay, sorry for this noise. And let's start from the story itself. Layla, please, can you start?
Okay, I will give you a short summary of the first part of the film. Millions of years before the Earth was formed, there were the guardians, or let's say protectors, of the universe. And these beings had been together for ages. And they had a police force called the Green Lantern Corps. If I'm not wrong, they split the universe into just a second, 3,600 sectors. Haha, I remembered. So every soldier has a special ring, an extraordinary magical ring. I think it has got a kind of power that not ordinary people can have. And one of the sectors had, I can say, Abin Sur, caught a bad man called Parallax and imprisoned him. But Parallax, at the beginning of the film, I think he escaped from the prison, and sometime 6 months later or something like that, Parallax attacked um, Abin Sur's sector. It is 2008 something, and wounded Abin Sur. And Abin Sur escaped and crash landed on Earth. He was almost dying, but before he died, he gave his ring to the aircraft pilot, test pilot.
Test pilot.
Yes, Hal Jordan. Um, the ring chose him to be a Green Lantern because this handsome guy has special powers. And Hal Jordan went home, took the ring, and he spoke the oath of the Green Lanterns. And then he went to this sector, and he was trained um, by a creature like frog, I think, but he was huge. And then Sinestro came. Sinestro was the head of that sector, and he wasn't happy to have a human being there because he thought human beings were primitive. And that's all. I stopped here.
Okay, very nice, very detailed explanation, of everything. You did not forget anything, yeah, right?
No, you know what I did? I put a lot of notes on my notice board.
Okay. Nicely done. So, do we have questions for Layla, or we can continue? What do you think?
We can finish.
Okay, Gerard, please.
Let me ask one thing. Okay, you mentioned you was a test pilot. So Jordan was a test pilot. And we said that the ring chooses a worthy person, right? The ring chooses the person.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the movie, Jordan was portrayed as what kind of a person?
Stubborn, and he is a restless person, and he is a determined person. He's not an ordinary person. Aggressive, and he can do anything to reach his goal.
Was he more of a nice guy or more of a jerk?
No, nice guy.
No.
I
Okay. He broke the rules, right? He broke the rules.
Yes, I know.
He damaged his $1 million airplane.
Yes, but he was dreaming. It was a kind of nightmare for him. I mean,
But
he
Yeah,
thought that he saw his daddy.
he did that, but he caused that by breaking the rules and getting in trouble. So he put himself in danger. So he's demonstrating risky behavior. Okay. He's ignoring the rules. So he's kind of acting like a jerk. I know better. I know what I'm doing. You don't want me to do this, but I know what I need to do. So to me, it portrays him initially as kind of a jerk, an arrogant guy. And so now we wonder, why did the ring choose this arrogant guy that breaks the rules and does risky things? So
Because
I think
he can take the risks easily. Not everybody can do that.
well, he's not afraid. I'll grant you that. The ring chose him
he's
because he's not afraid. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to bring up the personality conflict between the ring choosing a good guy and him seeming to be an arrogant guy. Okay.
Yes.
Also, it was Green Lantern's kind of motto, being fearless. You know?
Yeah. But speaking about this, his character in general, but I would mention that he not only taken risk for himself, but for other people, for partner, for company, and no one asked him for that. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
he was not in charge for that.
Exactly.
Gerard,
Okay.
please.
But it also, Green Lantern shouldn't have fear. But this guy has a fear because his father died while trying a plane, and his fear is always with him. It looks like that was the reason he couldn't manage the plane. Actually, it wasn't that he was reckless with the plane, but he could have changed the situation. But he was thinking in his father's accident, so he was distracted and he couldn't save the plane.
So I think we more or less agree that he is not the best person on the earth, right?
Yeah.
Probably. So probably when Ring choose him, it was because this guy is here and I don't have better opportunity or something like this.
No, remember Abin Sur said, the ring chose you, and the ring is never wrong.
Okay.
So Abin Sur knew that somehow he was the right person. Even though Hal Jordan said, I'm not worthy, I'm a jerk.
Okay. So Gerard mentioned that it's very important for a Green Lantern not to have a fear. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Jürgen, can you answer?
To have a fair life.
Yeah. Why it's so important not to have
fear?
Fear. Yeah, because the Parallax was eating the people who have fear.
Okay.
Destroy them.
So this bad guy Parallax, he has a super ability of consuming fear and make power out of it. Leila, please.
Also, the population of the creatures or beings there depend upon their leaders. If they are afraid of something or one thing, they can't manage to rule the population. The entire population's future also depends on their leaders.
Okay. Gerard, please.
Well, but I was about to say the same that Teacher Lee said. So the ring uses the power of will.
Yes.
And the fear is what Parallax uses. So they are two opposite forces. If you want to use the power of will effectively and very powerful, the Green Lanterns don't have to have fear with them. Otherwise, they construct some things with their minds with the power of will. If they have fear, they cannot do that properly.
Okay. And I just started to recall that this Parallax was one of them, of these rulers, or how we call them, of this high chamber members.
Mhm.
Teacher Lee, you're muted. Sorry.
Yeah, my darn dogs. Yeah, he used to be one of the High Council of the Green Lanterns. Yeah.
Okay. So he used to be a good guy. What made him to be a bad guy?
Exactly.
Gerard, can you explain us?
Yes, he wanted to try the power of fear. And that's the problem.
He wanted or he was forced to?
He wanted, I don't know why, I don't remember why, but he wanted it with a good intentions, but then the power of fear controlled him and made him to be parallax.
Right. I forgot exact situation, why he was forced.
He wasn't forced. There was a dispute or a philosophical disagreement in the council about which energy was the more powerful, fear or will. And Parallax felt that fear was more powerful. So he wanted to harness the power of fear instead of the power of will. And they had a disagreement, and I think they kicked him out.
Okay.
Or he left because they wouldn't agree with him. So he left and he started his own power of fear abilities. And he became so powerful because fear is more common among people. He was able to grow his power very fast compared to the power of will, which takes mental discipline, which most people don't have. So he felt that fear, you could control more of the universe with fear than will.
Okay, yeah.
He's the Putin of the universe, okay?
But this great warrior, Abu something, he managed to caught him and to imprison him, and so the universe weren't safe for a bit. Okay, but damage is done, Parallax is free, yes, and we are in danger. So Ring made his choice. Gerard, what happened after?
Okay, the governor found the spaceship and the corpse of this guy that was killed, but was dead. And one scientist that was the son of a senator was asked by a biologist to work with the corpse of this extraterrestrial being, and a part of this extraterrestrial was a part of Parallax. So this part infected him, and I'd make him an evil person. And he had some fights with Green Lantern, the Green Lantern in the Earth, Green Lantern prevented him from killing his father in a helicopter accident provoked. Okay, so that was the thing, the fight between both of them, and then until Parallax came to Earth.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There was some romantic story as well. Layla, you missed it?
No, this time I can't say no. This time you're not going to tease me. No.
No, but I'm not joking. There is a really romantic story.
But there are some things that I don't understand, so I'm just following you, and then I will ask my questions. So this senator's son, it is Hector, right?
Uh-huh.
Hector performed an autopsy on Abinsur's body, right?
Correct. Autopsy.
Okay. Thanks. I'm following you now.
An autopsy on a dead corpse. Okay. A dead body. All right.
And he got this virus, right?
He got contaminated. Okay.
Contaminated.
So he was contaminated or infected by a bit of Parallax's DNA or something. Okay.
And we know that Parallax is coming to the Earth, right? Like a good supply for fair.
I need that.
Well, I'm trying to remember why he was coming to Earth. Was he just chasing Abin Sur?
I think so.
I cannot say. Abin Sur already dead. What's the reason to chase him?
But
Well, he didn't know he
No.
died yet, right?
yeah, maybe he knew that the ring chose another person.
I think maybe he knew that Hector had a part of him.
Okay. So it was like going to the sun.
Something drew his attention to the Earth. I can't remember what it was now, because he goes around eating planets, for fear and to increase his power. And
Yeah.
something made him focus on the Earth. And I can't remember if it was chasing Abin Sur or something that pissed him off in the past, or Hector's power drawing him to it. I can't remember. But anyway, he set his sights on the Earth.
But my hypothesis is still the same. I think that the Earth, our planet, with all these humans, is a good supply of fare. It's a good thing to get the energy.
It's so far away, so why not pick a closer place? That's my only point. Yeah.
You're always logical. I admire you.
Well, there's billions of planets. Why did he pick our little tiny grain of sand to come visit?
I've never thought about it, Lee.
Yeah.
I like it this sense when they trained a newcomer to Green Lantern. They showed him how to work with this willpower and create these images. Yeah, or how we call this.
Yeah, it wasn't much training. It was kind of sink or swim. They just threw him in the water and said, "Okay, learn how to use your power, or we're going to beat you to death." What kind of training is that? How do you fly? Just jump. You'll learn. No.
Yeah, I think you shared a good example of this process of learning with the birds in our chat a few days ago, right?
Yeah.
So just jump and you will start flying.
Or not.
Gerard, please.
Another thing I find stupid of these superheroes is they have a small mask. It's supposed that this mask is useful to camouflage their personality, the identity.
And the girl sees him right away and says, "How?"
It was a nice scene. Yeah, it was a nice scene when he pretended that he is someone unknown, some stranger to this girl, to this about this romantic story, and she recognized him like.
Because it's only just if someone wearing sunglasses, so it's almost the same. With we are going to recognize someone with sunglasses. Sunglasses is not,
Yeah, not hiding your
your face or
feature, personality. Okay, so have we finished with the story? Oh, so the good beated the bad guys, right? Yours survived. Parallax is imprisoned or dead. I forgot at the end.
was there destroyed. Green Lantern attracted the Parallax to the sun, I think, and throw to the sun, so the sun burn Parallax.
Okay, there was a subplot. There's always a conflict, right? Movies always have conflicts. So the initial conflict was Hal Jordan seemed like a jerk, but the ring chose him. So now we're going, why did the ring choose this guy? And then later, when he was getting trained, a lot of the Green Lanterns didn't like him because they thought he was arrogant. He was a lowly human, but he thought he was so important and knew more than they did, so they didn't like him. So he was kind of an outcast Green Lantern, viewed as being a baby but arrogant. So they didn't want to help him. He said, "It's coming to Earth. It's going to destroy my planet. I need you guys to help me." Well, they had tried to attack Parallax once before, and Parallax just went boop, 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 and they just vaporized. He killed them without even thinking. So they were scared. The Council and the Green Lantern Corps were afraid of Parallax's power because he just killed a bunch of them just waving his hand, and they didn't even have a chance to fight back. So they didn't want to help Hal Jordan because they were afraid. So he called them on that. He said, "You people are afraid. You know, we've got to come together and fight this evil. So suddenly you start seeing Hal Jordan's human personality come through. The reason he was chosen by the Ring was he was determined. He didn't give up easy.
Yes.
He had passion and confidence. And the Green Lantern Corps, they became opposites. They were afraid and he was not. It was his test pilot personality, his fearlessness actually started outshining the Green Lantern Corps. So they refused to help him. So at the end, when he was fighting the bad guy alone, he defeated the bad guy, but he was drifting into the sun and he was going to die. So finally, at that time, the Green Corps the whole time was sitting around watching the battle. And then, wow, he won. So then they came and rescued him. So now he was vindicated. He was actually a fearless, worthy member of the Green Lantern Corps. So he had to prove himself. So that was another subplot.
And I would say that the whole Green Lanterns Corps does not impress me like a good organization or something. Their methods are strange about training. They don't have like good discipline, I would say, or something. So strange thing. And if it's only thing that we had, you know, between us and evil, we need to we need to train more, I think. Okay.
And Sinestro alone was able to argue to convince the High Council to use fear when all their previous existence they had ruled against using fear. And he convinced them we got to do it this time because will is not powerful enough. And only Hal Jordan said, no, we can't go there. We can't take that evil step. So again, his moral high ground came through, if you want to look at it that way.
Great. I love it.
Okay, another plots, another sense, what you like, what you don't like.
I think you're right.
I liked it because it was about personalities. You know, Hal Jordan, it was about him growing as a human, if you will. He was initially selfish, risk-taking, act before you think, and he learned to be more responsible and to work as a team rather than individually, if you want to think about it. So these movies are usually about the hero starting out at one end of a bad personality spectrum, and he gets better and better as a human over time. So that's the plot that I kind of saw here that was kind of pleasing, I guess, was he became a better person and he influenced the other people, the other Green Lanterns, to become better people too, to realize that his passion and determination is a good thing in the human race. So we're not a little lowly race, we're an equal with the other races.
Yeah.
So it's a positive message, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. What I did not like in this movie, it's kind of that it's a bit of grotesque, you know. The bad persons are obviously bad, you know. This corrupted senator, this his son, you know, with. So if you're a bad guy, you must be ugly. You must, you know, be absolute evil without any gray tones, only black and white. So,
and good people are handsome and beautiful.
But I think it's because it's a kind of childish movie or something. My boys watched this movie with me and they are impressed. They are like liking this movie. They played Green Lantern and I had to buy some Green Lantern, you know.
What about the ring?
Right? They didn't want to touch my ring up. They didn't go to bed.
Layla, please.
I agree. You know, just spending your time thinking about nothing, you can watch this movie. I enjoy it because it's like a story.
Yeah, but it's pretty vividly, but I cannot say that it's shallow story. No, it's not shallow story. There are a lot of message in it.
Of
Yeah,
course, I got the message.
children like it because it's got aliens, monsters, and it's in space, and you can just use your mind to do things,
Yeah.
which a kid can do that. I can do that. I can imagine, So it fits a child's mentality to see them just creating something out of nothing. So it was a good action movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Jürgen, would you like to add something? What about music? Would you like it or not?
Oh, I can't remember that now.
Me neither. Probably not too much. But there must be some theme, of the movie. But I cannot remember it. But I remember this Oz, how it pronounced. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. So I can apply for how to say it, for membership.
Tell me what I will escape.
Now, if you look in the forums about Green Lantern, where like Reddit, where people comment on Green Lantern, what I read was every planet has its own oath. The oath is different from planet to planet. So this was the humans' oath, or maybe Abin Sur's oath. But the other Green Lanterns had different oaths that they said when they did their thing.
Mm-hmm. So pretty strange, because what is connected in this oath to the yours? Not clear from the first sight.
Maybe it just helps you focus your will by saying it, that repetitive phrase. It focuses your will, so the charging process is more efficient.
Okay, so just a magic cast, just
kind of like a Buddhist mantra.
Yeah, sounds like this.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't have other questions, let me share slides. We have them.
I kind of enjoyed the movie because it was having fun. It was telling a story, but it was having fun while it was doing it. It was a little funny when they were training him, and they taunted him and insulted him, and it was kind of a little humor in there too.
Yep. Leila, please.
I just want to say, at the end part of the film, I loved Sinestros saying, "I know why the ring has chosen you." I mean, I love that part. Because I know I am childish, but I enjoyed it.
Well, that's right. Even the mean, arrogant boss that insulted the human had to admit, now I understand why the ring chose you. So he finally admitted that Jordan was worthy. So that was kind of a powerful line coming from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I remember there is another movie, right, about ring, Lord of Rings. It's almost the same. That ring choose you. No, it's I can't remember, but it's the same.
That was different. Yeah, that ring just controlled anyone that put it on.
Okay. So
it controlled you. Yeah.
Not choose. Okay.
Anybody can put it on.
Okay. No fun. Okay, I'm trying to share. Can you see the slide?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So, who you can recall in this picture? Abu, how his name? Abu
I got
Sur?
the names on the next slide, I think.
Okay.
Abin Sur.
Oh yeah, we have all the names.
Oh, how's Jordan?
Okay, Jordan Kilowog. Wow.
Kilowog is cute. Come on.
Like an orc.
How would you describe him? Is it a pig or what?
An orc.
Lizard?
Yeah, like an orc. Yeah, like an orc, maybe a good way to describe him. Ogre.
Okay, and Tomare, is it a chicken or fish?
No, fish.
Yeah, I think he's a fish guy. Well, yeah, it looks like a bird beak, but he bends like a fish. I don't know.
I watched it. I told you.
Okay. So we can see Glowing Ring, Fellow Lanterns, Abin Sur, and Sinestra, Corp Leader, right? Leader. So what is the best one, Leila? You said the most handsome is Hal Jordan, right? Or Sinestro, I forgot.
I know Hal Jordan is really handsome, but I love Kilowog a lot.
Kilowog, okay. I
She
see.
likes Sinestro's haircut. Those serious eyebrows.
Well, yeah. It's eyebrows from Star Trek, no? From this.
Looks like it, yeah. And that sexy mustache. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Clark Gable mustache. Yeah.
Okay. Gerard, can you start, please?
Okay, I think this Planet Rio, the Lost Sector. I think this is the place, the planet where Parallax was imprisoned. So I think a spaceship with 3 sailors, was tripulants. How do we call people traveling in a spaceship?
We just call them space travelers.
Space travelers. So they stumbled into Parallax inside the cave, and Parallax absorbed their fear. So Parallax had the power to get set free himself, and started to attack other worlds.
It just took the power of 3 people's fear to free him from this prison.
Yeah, but what is strange if he's so important, where is the guards for the prison? Why no one stopped these space travelers?
Well, they probably figured that in the vastness of space, no one would find this little tiny planet in the Lost Sector.
The Lost Sector. What a stupid name. Not that lost.
Okay. Another one. Jorgen, please.
Okay. Here is coffee table and ladder in the background, and bicycles and covered armchair.
And it's an apartment of Hal Jordan, right?
Okay.
But why he needs this ladder? What do you think?
Does it go up to the roof? Is he in the attic of the building?
To take the bikes?
Okay.
Yeah, to get the bike on the ceiling down.
But I would not like to take bike when I go by this ladder, in my hands. So it looks dangerous.
Maybe he loves flying.
He's a test pilot, right? So he's just for his
go to the roof
and jump. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Magic one, Leila.
Hal's coffee table and Green Lantern. What is that? So he must be intelligent because I think he has got a tray of poker chips. What's chips?
Mm-hmm.
Lee, poker chips, what does it mean?
That's the little plastic coins
Okay.
that represent money. We call those poker chips.
So
Red.
when you play cards, you use poker chips?
Yeah, instead of money, we use chips. Blue is usually 10, red is usually 5, and white is usually 1.
Can we call them counter?
Not really counters. They're like money. They
Okay.
represent money. So you bet 20, you put down 2 blue or 4 red or 20 white. So they're like money. So they're not really counters. They're money, poker money, if you will.
But the tray is really interesting. Okay. So there's
Yeah.
Come on, Lee, please. You were going to say something?
I said the tray holds stacks of chips.
Yeah. Interesting.
And the cards. And it looks like there's another slot for another deck of cards. But
Okay.
he only has one deck of cards stuck down in the slot. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
But why?
And the coffee table is really good because it has its color is the color I like. It's wooden, I think it's, and
Looks
also
like- yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
and it's the Green Lantern. I think it is really shiny, and it may be before he spoke his oath. And wow, he likes being comfortable. He has got a leather chair and model car. Maybe he's collecting model cars. I don't know.
Or he likes racing cars because he's a test pilot. Maybe he likes car racing.
Yes, you're right. Again,
Dangerous sport, right?
right.
But I think it's for to show us he's childish or something.
Right.
To make
He's a little boy inside. Yeah.
yeah, to make a picture of him. You can see that it's a naughty boy, you know, poker, this glass of for whiskey or something, yeah, highball. Yeah, so it's a naughty boy. But
But everybody has got some childish thing, or part in them.
Yeah.
Do you don't have any, Ivan?
I have everything of this, you know, on my table. Even Green Lantern, but in Green Lantern, but in another room. But speaking of poker chips, do you know why people use them? Why?
In my country, they use it. But if I'm not wrong, there are different colors, correct?
Yeah, they can be different colors and nomination can be different. But why people use them? Why they just don't put, I don't know, dollars on the table?
Because Lee told us they use it instead of money.
Now, in people's, in homes, we use this for fun. When we win, we don't pay money. In America, we don't play for money. We play for chips. It's like Monopoly. It's fake money. So we can say, I won, I've got the most money. But then we just put them in the box and go home.
Yeah, but even in casino, when you play for money, you buy chips first and then you play for chips, not for money directly. Why?
Oh, that. So you don't steal.
I think there is a bunch of reasons, and one of them it's because for people it's easy to raise stake by chips, not by real money. Because if you put your real $20, you think I can buy I don't know, a dinner in McDonald's. But if you just put a few chips, it's nothing. Let's put more and more. So it's a trick. And another trick when we play poker, it's more convenient that we have the common code of these chips. You don't have to see the every note what kind of note it is. You don't. It's like unification of stakes. And it's interesting. But when we play with friends poker, sometimes we buy these chips just to make more hazard in game. But we don't buy it like by rate 1-to-1. They just cheap, so we can buy like 100 chips for $1, but it makes more hazard. People start to value them more. And I found it's interesting solution, these chips. Even
now in a casino, after the game's over and you have all your chips, you can cash those in and get money for them.
Yep. So you can buy and sell it, just another currency, inside currency for casino. Yeah. Okay. So it's a bar. Because of these Hollywood movies, we all know that bar is a very important place where people go after a job, after they finish the job, to discuss something, to have a rest. I don't know. So it looks like a part of culture. And I know that there are a lot of type of bars. They're different. So for instance, if you go to Irish bar, you can expect something of one kind. If you go to another, you see different furniture, different drinks and all the things. I cannot recognize this one. It's
It's just an upscale fancy bar.
Yeah, so it has a lot of bottles on the counter. How we call it? Counter.
Yeah.
Counter on the counter. Liquor, probably whiskey, some alcohol, I don't know what else. How to say it in general? Just liquors, right?
Yeah, just alcohol, drinks, spirits.
Okay, alcohol drinks. Because of these drums and cymbals, I can imagine that it's a bar with live music. Can we say live?
Live music, yeah.
Live music with performances. So some artists, or not artists, musicians. Some musicians can give live performance. And I like this very much. Yes, gigs. Sometimes the quality is not good because good musicians, they do gigs in conservatoriums or something, not in bars. Sometimes it's funny.
You
Yes.
have to start somewhere.
I like these neon lights. I don't know why, but it's because probably we don't have them in apartments and in government buildings. So this neon light immediately give you a clue you are in the bar or something. Be prepared to fun. And bar stools, I believe it's some high stool to sit around the corner. Okay.
In Spain, we call those places pub.
Pub. Okay.
Yes, in a bar, the difference between a bar and a pub, in a bar you can eat something. In Spain, we have something to eat like sandwiches, or small things, an important thing. It's not like a proper meal, but you can eat some things. But in a pub, there's only alcohol, so you can play some games at night, open at night, not during the day. A bar is open the day and it can be closed at night also, but it's different.
Mm-hmm. This things without this corner of music, I would say it's like Irish bar because of structure. But I never saw an Irish bar with the drums. Something like this. But TV is very, very common, right? People watch. Yeah. Whenever I go to Irish bars, they watch golf always. I don't know why. Maybe it's important. Okay.
We would describe the lighting here as we would call it subdued lighting. It's kind of dim, so you have a little kind of privacy. You feel comfortable in a dim lighting rather than bright light, which makes you awake and stressed.
Agreed. With a bright light, it looks overcrowded. You can see everyone, every person, and you don't feel like you are alone here. But in a dark, right? You can see like you are alone there with your body.
Yeah, you're in a smaller bubble. Yeah.
Okay, another one. Gerard, please.
Okay, this is at Hector's home. He doesn't look infected yet here. He is a kind of nerd, a solitary person. And you can see he likes playing chess with internet rival, I think, or maybe with a computer, against a computer, I don't know. Yeah. He has several screens. He has a hamster as a pet. The table is eating next in the table some noodles, I think. So a lot of papers, very messy space, and very dark. Books also. You can see many books. Looks like a very weird guy. It doesn't look like that old, but because his aspect is like he is old, but I think he is not that old. Because he's bald and maybe, I don't know, around 30 years old.
I don't think he was that old, but I'm not sure. Maybe.
His father was pretty young, senator.
25, maybe?
Yeah. And it's probably first time when I see a roll top desk. A roll top.
Now, this is the kind of desk, if you know what that is, that you can grab the top, has a flexible door, and you can pull the door down and close the desk so that you can't see the mess inside. So we call that a roll top desk because you can close it and make it more attractive on the outside.
Okay, we have the same, but not for books, for food on our kitchens.
Okay.
Roll top. Okay. So Hamster was trained for something special or not? Or it's another movie? I forgot. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
just a hamster. And they have a hamster cage that's a circle, so they run in the circle for
Mhm,
exercise, right?
mhm. Some cylinder, right? Cylinder? How we call
Yeah,
it?
cylinder.
So-
Astronauts in movies have that for exercise, right? They run on a circular treadmill sometimes.
Okay. Jorgen, please.
Okay. Abinsur's corpse, and he lies in a cylindrical shaped container, and there is wheel lock and lab equipment.
But this body looks strange, I would say. It's made me cringe. Something unpleasant. Yeah.
Almost red.
Yeah.
Looks like a skinless human. It looks like you've taken the skin off so you can see just the muscle. They skinned him. Maybe they skinned him.
It's not a place when I want to be, even like a witness. It looks very, I don't know, very scary to me.
Also, the blood is either blue or purple.
I
Yeah.
can't remember. Yeah. Did he have colored blood? All right.
Purple blood, I think.
Yeah, this device looks cylindrical shaped device looks like an old vacuumer to me. Old vacuum machine or something.
It looks kind of like a cryo chamber too. When you travel in space for years and you go to sleep inside a container, it looks like a cryo suspension bed also. Yeah.
And on the left side of the picture, some strange orange like tops. I don't know what is this. Hard to recognize. Hard to. Just let's say it's just fancy scientist stuff.
Yeah. Technical stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Contamination moment. Layla, please.
I'm just looking. So he is wearing surgical glove. Although he's wearing these gloves, he had the contamination. How could it become? So is there something wrong with the glove? I don't understand it.
I think something sharp
Okay.
might have punctured the glove, so it got on his skin. I'm not sure.
Because he took all the precautions, surgical mask, surgical gloves. I don't understand. So how he could, maybe, there is something wrong.
They're just thin rubber. They're just real thin rubber gloves.
Okay. If I look at his face, I think he's not sure what is happening. His eyes are wide open. I don't know.
He looks worried, I would say.
He's just wondering what it is. He's got some kind of yellow stuff. At least he didn't taste it.
Also, the surgical light may help him to understand what it is. I don't know.
They're very bright lights. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's very crazy assumption that you can taste something in just such circumstances, I would say.
Yeah.
Last thing in the world I would think about.
I know. In the movies, they always touch the blood and go, "That's blood." Who knows what blood tastes like?
Okay. I don't remember exact scene. What is it? Looks like school for me or university because we have this student desk and a lot of children. Brick wall looks fancy. I like this design. Yeah. Poster of skeletal system. So it's made us think that it's kind of medical class or biology. Yes.
Physiology or biology.
Yeah, because we have skeletal system and we have a muscular system. So
probably physiology, the human body.
Yeah, and plate sheet, plate mean what? Square picture?
Plaid. We pronounce it plaid. Yeah, that's that design with the squares
Okay, so
and,
like
and bars, like a Scottish.
okay, Scottish like okay. So
The red plaid.
plaid. Okay, okay. But another thing, plaid is something you know, some piece of cloth that they give you in the airplane to sleep. Yes, it's also plaid. No, just like towel, like a big towel. Okay, maybe I'm missing.
That's just a blanket. You may be thinking of a blanket. The blankets may be plaid on your airplanes.
Yeah.
Ours, they're not plaid.
Okay, Gerard, please.
Okay. There was a celebration outside the company, Ferris, I think it was the name of the company that made planes. And there is an orchestra with a saxophone, the keyboards, the electric guitar, and some stage lights, and everything is golden behind the colors. And the guys are pretty in their 50s or 60s, not young, the players, the musicians.
Yes, I would go to say that musicians a little bit older that I used to see.
Got the saxophone, the horn. That's kind of jazz instrument.
Yep. But I don't remember this scene. It's something bad is going to happen, right? Helicopter or something.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, they're actually, I think, they're outside. If you look behind them, you can see the doors to the building. So this is outside. This is where they're having that big celebration party because they won the military contract or something.
Okay. Wow. I forgot this. Jörgen, please, what is this?
This car, he drives at a party, and he damaged some things.
Remember, the helicopter was flying in the air,
Yeah.
and the bad guy made it start to crash. So Hal Jordan had to use his ring to put the helicopter in a car so he could drive the car around and keep it from hitting people. So it's actually a helicopter car, if you will.
Improve it helicopter, improve it to a car. Yeah, but I when I watch this moment, I think that you really need to train your will, to make such tricks.
I know. He couldn't think of how to move the helicopter out of the way, so he just imagined it inside of a car and he drove it out of the way.
Probably I would stay just paralyzed.
Also, he wanted
without being able to think about something.
no.
Yeah, put a trampoline there and bounce it up and down, or a big spider web.
Yeah. Leila, what is your solution to?
I was going to say after you get the repair, you can either fly or drive. You have got two opportunities, If you want, you can drive home. If you want, you can fly home.
Oh yeah.
Very fancy thing, yeah.
Flying car for the future, yeah. But just the helicopter mode.
But some helicopters, they have wheels, right? They can be like used like cars, but they never do it.
I've never seen helicopters with wheels.
Oh, okay. I will show you a lot of. At least all Russian helicopters has wheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Ours have a rails, a metal bar,
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
like feet.
Yeah, I saw this picture. Okay, last one. Leila.
So he has proved that he could be the Green Lantern. So he's wearing his special uniform. Thank God that he's not wearing the mask. So the belt is really interesting. What is ammo?
Ammo.
Belt.
Ammo is bullets.
Okay, great.
This is a machine gun.
Wow, I must write it. Wait. I'm sorry. So,
Ammunition. Ammo is ammunition.
okay. And this is the energy beam. This energy beam is sent by people or
Somehow it's fed by all the planet's people's will.
okay.
Somehow.
And you can have this Gatling gun, and using this gun, you can rotate barrels, right?
That's how it shoots. It rotates the barrels. It shoots out of one barrel and then the next barrel, and the barrels take turns shooting, so it can shoot real fast.
I watched it in a movie, right? Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lee.
Well, I would say that it's a disgusting image of machismo or something.
Yeah, everything like Schwarzenegger would use. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was about to tell you. You know, the two movies of Arnold's movies, like Predator and Terminator 2, appears this machine gun. In Predator, they call the painkiller. The painkiller.
Okay. Okay, we have more pictures. I'm going to share them on Medrook site, themedrook.com. So please came there, and I will put our recording and chat to the post. So please feel free to comment. And don't forget that we are going to have these classes regularly, as it used to be.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much. I enjoyed movie and discussion.
Let me mention one thing.
Please.
If you watch the movie, during the credits, when the credits are scrolling on the screen, there's an Easter egg at the end of the credits. If you sit there and watch all the credits scroll by, producer and director and all the people that made the movie, you'll see a scene of Sinestro. And he's got the yellow ring and the fear ring, and he's looking at it. And he puts it on.
Wow.
And he turns yellow. And his eyes turn yellow. And he looks at you. And that's the end of the movie.
Okay, so there must be a sequel, right?
There should be a sequel, yeah.
But I don't think so.
Okay, thank you again. Thank you all. Thank you, Teacher Lee. Bye-bye. See you
Bye-bye.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.